Skool Daze was released in 1984 by Microsphere, and priced at $5.99 at the time, this was just outside my weekly pocket money budget, so I remember staring at the case during several trips to the market stall with my mum. However, the game was later released in 1987 by Alternative Software Limited for just $2.99. I loved it when games went on budget labels, and admittedly it was this version that I had back when I was a kid. Whilst the graphics and sound were nothing to write home about, it was the original and innovative gameplay that caught my attention. Indeed, this was one of the first Sandbox games which allowed an unrivaled amount of freedom. It also really felt like you was at school, and your character Eric is designed not to be the best behaved kid either, much to the annoyance of the teachers. Initially, this new concept left many players scratching their heads, unsure of what they were actually supposed to be doing. However, once you had grasped the concept of the game by actually making the effort to read the instructions, you quickly discovered that this is a thoroughly enjoyable game. It was also very refreshing not to have to stick to rigid, set-out gameplay, which would often send you back to the start of a level, or sometimes the entire game after a wrong move. However, you are not entirely free to simply cause mayhem, and as in real life, there are consequences for unruly behaviour. For instance, if you couldn't be bothered to turn up for class, then you will find yourself writing lines as a punishment. Slingshotting a projectile at a teacher will also see a punishment, even if you are not the culprit and you are simply standing near someone who actually is the guilty party. Also, if you're caught out of class, you'd end up with lines too, and the teachers would come looking for you to dish out the punishment, so there wasn't really anywhere to hide, unless the bell for the next class would go before the teacher could reach you. What's more, the programming was very good, and the computer controlled all the other characters in the game, including the Headmaster, other teachers, the school tearaway, and numerous other pupils. Ah yes, and you also receive lines for sitting on the floor, even though the reason could be because the classroom is full and there are not enough desks to sit at, which leads to poor Eric being shoved out of his seat and forced onto the dirty floor. This actually becomes pretty annoying, and this feature is actually believed to be a bug in the game, as it was ironed out in the sequel for the ZX Spectrum, Back to School. I'm quite gutted we never received this one on the Commodore 64, but I played it a few times at my specky owner friend's house. The characters from the original game are present and correct, and are joined by additional characters such as Eric's girlfriend and the headmistress of the girls' school. Once again, the problem of how to avoid being given lines rears its ugly head, but the addition of stink bombs, mice, water pistols, frogs, sherry, and a love interest made me want this game so badly, as it looked like a load of fun. Ah well. In Skool Daze, there is a way to fail in the game, and technically receive game over. Simply keep receiving lines for being naughty or getting caught doing something you shouldn't by one of the teachers. Then, once you've received 10,000 lines, you are expelled from the school. The gameplay itself is set on a sideways scrolling screen with 3 levels, and, as I previously mentioned, all of the other characters in the games are controlled entirely by the computer. So again, there was some pretty nifty programming involved to make the game run smoothly. There is an objective to the game, and simply wandering around all day launching projectiles and bullying other kids isn't going to get you very far. You play the role of a schoolboy named Eric, and your main task is to steal your report card from the headmaster's safe in the staff room before he sees just how bad it is. To do this, you will need to complete other tasks in the school, which includes hitting 15 shields with your catapult slingshot. Your next task is to knock over the 4 teachers, who each reveal a letter for a password. The old history teacher won't reveal his letter until you discover his date of birth, which is different each time you play the game, and you need to chalk it on the blackboard before he enters the classroom. When the history teacher sees it, he then gives you his letter. Now you must chalk the letters in the right order on the blackboard. You then go back to the safe and jump up to try and open it. If it doesn't open, you have the wrong password. After you have successfully opened the safe, you are still not high and dry, as then you need to hit all of the shields again to stop them flashing. Once this is done, you have completed the game. Well done. There are 4 amusingly named teachers in Skool Daze. These are the Headmaster, Mr. Whacker, History Teacher, Mr. Creek, Science Teacher, Mr. Rocket, and Geography Teacher, Mr. Withit. Although there are plenty of unnamed pupils within the game, the 3 lead characters are Boy Wonder, the Tearaway, Einstein, the SWAT, and Angelface, the Bully. Trust me, back when I was a kid, they wasn't left with their default names. Years later from the original game, there was a quite well done remake that combines both of the Skool Daze and Back to School games into one. So, if you wish to play a similar experience but with a friendlier user interface, check out Class of 99. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, a massive thank you for following and supporting the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and do leave a comment to let me know what you thought of Skool Daze. Also, if you're not already subscribed but are enjoying the nostalgia, then do be sure to check out the other games on the playlist and maybe consider subscribing to the channel as we walk down memory lane and unlock some nostalgia from the great Commodore 64. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.